Hi, what is your name and what car do you have here today?
My name is Dave and I have a 1973 Leyland 1100 Mini.
1100, that's the side of the motor that's in there. Do you know how much power it makes?
I'm not sure at the moment because the head was skimmed and the block was skimmed to give it a bit more oomph. The motor's completely restored, the gearbox including. There's not much on the motor here that you notice that hasn't been given a refresh.
A bit of an overhaul.
No, good refresh. The car's as reliable as it comes. It's a daily runner if I need, but I don't do that because people tend to like the car and hang around it, and if it disappeared I'd be a little bit sad.
Yes. Well, I can see why people would want to take this off your hands. So have you done any other modifications to the car?
It does have disc brakes on the front.
Nice.
It's got a 3-2-1 power flow, mani-flow exhaust right through to the back, stainless steel. Everything's been refurbished, the upholstery, the ceiling. The car's been done with a nut and bolt refurb.
How long did it take you to get it into this condition?
I bought the car already put together, but the motor wasn't done to any satisfaction. And so I've been back onto the mechanics of the car and then spent hours. I am retired, so I've been through every little nook and cranny. So I don't just get in the car and fly into the sunshine and hope for the best. I've been through this car along with other people who and various mini mechanic places that I entrust with my car, and we've got this car to a stage where it's you start up and go.
Yeah. What is it about this car that makes it so special for you?
I inherited my grandfather's 61, the very first ones.
Ooh.
And I owned that for 34 years, and I was a silly guy. I sold it.
Oh no!
And this is my third Mini since I'm 18, and it's inbred in me. I have to have one of these.
My first car was a 65 Mini, and I completely ruined it and sold it.
I would have loved to have got another Mark 1. This is an early Mark 3, but to me, the fact that it was an XTJ car.
Okay.
Transvaal, Johannesburg. It's never been to the coast before. I brought it down here.
So,
I've had it 4 years now. There's not a stitch of rust. The underneath is as black as that. It's got the proper bitumen underneath, and the car's in very sound condition.
Yeah. Well, inside and out, this car looks beautiful. I want to thank you very much for chatting to me about the car. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Hi, I'm Reinier. This is a 1978 Chevy van made by Chevrolet, and it's actually called Chevy van. That's the model.
It's called a Chevy van.
It's a G20 to be specific, short wheelbase, little windows. Like the more windows, the least desirable. Short wheelbase is the cool one, like 70s boogie van.
What motor is in here, and do you know how much power it makes?
Power, good question, but it's a stock 350 Chevy small block V8. Original motor came with the van.
How did you become the owner of this car?
Ooh, that's also a long story. I don't think we have time for that. But found it on Facebook Marketplace. It was in Joburg. It was a little rusty. Finally got it to Cape Town for a good deal from an interesting character. Papers were an issue. Won't go into that.
And how long did it take you to get the van in this condition?
Pretty much 2 years. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. At least it had good bones, but it did take a lot of work, from metal work, body work, some mechanical, brake, suspension. Yeah, there's not many parts I haven't touched.
And what is it about this van that makes it so special to you?
I think it's the shape. It's a Chevy van, which is, in my opinion, the coolest 70s van you could get. And there's haven't been many in South Africa.
No.
So I'm super happy I found a short wheelbase one, which was a hard find.
Well, I'm extremely jealous of you, and I want to thank you very much for chatting to us about your van.
It's a pleasure.
Hello, my name is Michelle Hembley-Grobler and I currently have a Porsche 911E Targa. She was born in 1969. She's just come off the Cape 1000, which was a rally that we do, 1,600 kilometers around the Cape Peninsula. And she's very magnificent, and her name is actually Brumilda.
Well, after the Cape 1000, no dust on you or anything, like spotless.
I will admit that I did give her a bit of a wipe down this morning.
Do you know what engine is in here?
Yes.
And how much power it makes?
This engine it's actually a flat four. It's a 2.2 litre. It was the first of the mechanical Bosch fuel injection engines that came out.
Okay.
It's been fully restored, and I think possibly it's probably the nicest part of the car. It has a beautiful green cowl, and it was one of the cars that I personally feel Porsche did very well with this one. It's quite a rare one. They only built a certain number of left-hand drive Targas, which is one of the reasons that I went for her.
How did you become the owner of this car?
I bought this car probably about 8-9 years ago. A gentleman who was a Porsche dealer, 993 Trading, called me up to say he was buying some cars in Hermanus, and at the time I was looking for an old S or an old T, and he phoned to say, listen, I've got this old car here, I think you like these old ones. I had the red book that is a sort of a list of what Porsche's registrations and VIN numbers are.
Oh.
And we had a look at it, and I said buy it, and I bought it for a very little amount and then spent quite a bit of money restoring her.
And how long did it take you to get the car in this condition?
Probably about 2.5 years.
Okay. And what is it about this car that makes it so special for you?
I think it's the colour. The colour is tangerine. It's a real 1970s red, orange. It stands out. It's a great drive. It really is. I mean, it's immediate. I did all the passes now with the Cape 1000. So we did Bainscliffe, we did Franschhoek Pass, we did Roberts Pass. I mean, we really had a lot of fun. She's tight, she sits nicely, she's well balanced, she's manual.
Any mechanical issues along the way?
Not at all, not at all. I can quite proudly stand here and say that this little baby ran like a proper Norse goddess. I had no problems.
Yes. Well, the car looks absolutely fantastic, and it's turning quite a few heads here. Thank you very much for chatting to us about your car. I really appreciate it.
It's a great pleasure. Thank you. And thank you for giving me the time.
guys, are you going to be famous now?